I thought I would show you an arrangement that I want to put on my door when I change it up for the 4th of July. This is a basket that I got a long time ago. And what I did is I stuck a piece of styrofoam inside, kind of wedged that in there. Pretty simple. And I went to Hobby Lobby and I found these really neat, actually they're paper flowers with the green, just simple in a white color. And I got a bunch and I broke them up. I basically cut them into pieces so that I can stick that into the styrofoam. And when you do this, I like it to kind of weep out to the side. So I'll show you what I mean. I'm just gonna stick it into the styrofoam. This is super easy, super quick. And the only other thing I grabbed were a few of the little mini flags. So I have 3 of those. It's good to do odd numbers. And so when I stick this in, I want to get some height. My bracelet was caught in case you didn't see that. I'm going to stick these in. Pretty easy. Anybody can do this. Stick some shorter ones in the front, taller ones in the back. Just keep sticking them in. I got 2 bunches of these and I had a coupon for 40% off. Sometimes they're already on sale, but I've had these before and I love them. These actually will not be in the elements, so if you have an area where it will be exposed to rain, like a door that doesn't have either a covering like my porch or maybe just has a screen door, you would not want this particular flower because this is paper. It looks so real from far away. I just love these flowers. And a bunch is about, let's see, I have the ticket here. It's $11.99 and you get a 40% off. And let me show you this. Isn't that amazing? Look how quick I just did that. Okay? Amazing. The last part I want to do is add my flags. And I want to put those so they kind of hang out the front. So one on this side, one on the left side, and the last one in the middle. And that's something that can be adjusted after you put it up on your door. So there you have it. Let me show you the finished product. Isn't that cool? I'm just loving that. Simple, any basket that you have that you can fill with these flowers, throw a few flags in, and we're gonna change up the porch. I just wanted to show you the entrance to my family room, which basically is the main way people come into my home. It's a granite step, a bunch of pachysandra here. Actually, that came years ago from my parents' house, and a little bit planted all over, and this is what happens. Years later, it grows to the point where you have to keep maintaining it. A vinyl fence that we put in, and you've seen me talk about my herb garden, and this is the fence. We used to have a wood fence here and a lot of upkeep, maintenance. A few years ago, we had it switched out to a vinyl fence, which is wonderful. The only maintenance really is to power wash it. Well, that is where that is, our little sitting area. You can see how much drought of a situation we have here in New England. The granite steps, when you walk up the water struck bricks as my walkway, and the tone and the colors are kind of in the warm burgundy, some pink, some gray, just the old look, which is what I was looking for, like the old antique colonial capes. and that's what we have as a cape. This is an addition that we put on back in about 2005. And I want to just show you my porch and show you how quickly you can go from one color scheme to changing it up for a holiday like the 4th of July. So here's the color scheme that I have, which is basically off my door. My door is a Benjamin Moore color, and I can get that for you. It's kind of in the burgundy maroon. It doesn't have a lot of pink in it, but it definitely is not red, and it's definitely not brick. I love it. And there's the pinks, which is the colors that I tend to pull. And that's a little chalkboard that I love to put sayings or verses on, change it up for the season. And that's an old maple tap bucket, which is something I just love every season. And because we do maple tapping as well, it just kind of is that old natural look that I'm looking for on my door. I basically have a green, almost looks like herb wreath, and it is not real, but it's neutral, so it goes for pretty much any spring to summer season. And I have a little bench here that a friend who moved to Georgia, her husband made, and she's a dear friend, so it's kind of special having that on my porch. A great place to put the shoes when the grandkids come. I have a little birdhouse that's not used, it's just decoration, and a broom to sweep off. I have my 2 rocking chairs that my son gave me years ago, one for my husband, one for me, from Crackle Barrel store. I ended up with these pillows here, and these are neutral. I thought with the gray in my house, they are an indoor-outdoor pillow, which really, because this is a covered porch, I'll show you here, kind of a whitewash ceiling. It really doesn't get wet unless you had a whipping wind. So pretty much no matter what pillow is fine, except there is some sun on the side of the house certain time of the day, so you could have some fading. You might want to switch those out after a few years, but these have held up really well. I think I got these at Walmart a couple of years ago. And this is an old birdhouse I just fell in love with at a shop many years ago. It kind of has the look of a copper roof, and I have a plant that I'm trying to baby a little bit here, an ivy plant, and a cupboard that is a great place for storing things like bug killer, toys for the boys to play outside. And then this pot I'm just loving because it has the height, it has the pop of color, the green, which is so fresh, and then it has the flower that kind of droops and hangs, which is a good idea when you're doing a pot. And then an antique watering can, which we've had for many years. And that's starting to show its age, but I still love it. And this old antique pot container that's pottery. Let's see, right there, number 3. And that was given to me by my sister-in-law in the Midwest. That's really special. That came by car, all packaged up nice and neat one year. And then this pretty, kind of a white, light purple hanging plant that was given to me by my son and daughter-in-law for Mother's Day. So that's a good idea of what my porch looks like when you're entering. And those are the colors that I like to use. So I'm going to show you how you can go from this. Look right here at the pinks and the lavenders and the grays, and change it up for a holiday, 4th of July. So I want to bring you back now to my front porch and show you what I did to switch it up for the 4th of July weekend. So here's a pot I have of some herbs of basil and flowers, and I stuck the flags in that. And then I showed you how I made my arrangement on the front door. and how I used a basket that I fill for different seasons and stuck in the flowers. These were those paper flowers because I do have an enclosed, not enclosed, but covered porch. So the wind does hit it, as you can see, but the rain doesn't. But you could find whatever flowers, silk flowers you wanted to use. And then here's my chalkboard, God Bless America. And a flower that I had on my back porch that I switched to the front. Actually, this is on my deck out back. It's kind of a purpley blue flower. It's one of Jim's favorites. Stuck my flags in there. Found these pillow covers, so stuck them over some pillows that I had, and those were from Hobby Lobby, and you can use your 40% off. And here's Americana box that I've had for years that I repurposed, and found these geraniums that if you look at them up close, it's very hard to tell from far, if not close, that these are not real. Those were from Hobby Lobby on sale. And then down here, the pillow with a beautiful blanket that my daughter actually got from a company of something that is made by a mother and daughter company here in New England. And they sell their, hold on here, they sell their blankets. It's the chappywrap.com. And it's a mother-daughter business. She let me borrow it. Maybe I'm gonna keep it. And this plant here, this is sneaky. Watch this. So you know my crock, and I had all the pink. Well, on the other side, it's green. So I stuck a huge flag in there. So there you have it. And I kept my hanging plant that my son and daughter bought me for Mother's Day. Has a purpley white, so that works. And that is the 4th of July entrance to our home. Changed it up. Hope you all have a wonderful 4th of July. From Jim and myself here at Simply Garden and Home. God bless America.